What is up, YouTube, and welcome to Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. I am Junior Nation 5788, along with my special friends Thermite 917 and Kane Jr. 88. The first Data 500 at Martinsville has concluded. I'll leave it at that, because we're going to get right into basically our topic, because there's a lot to discuss, and the race recap itself. So, Thermite, lead the way. Tell us all about the first Data 500.
Oh, yeah. It was a wild one, especially at the end. Basically, the first half of the race was typical Martinsville. You know, minor caution here and there. Some guys spinning, some guys making contact. The leaders really couldn't get away from each other that much. Brad Keselowski won the first two stages. The second stage finish was pretty exciting. Kyle Busch was in the mix there, along with some lap traffic that really made things quite entertaining. And then stage 3 comes along, and holy crap. I mean, it started off kind of, basic. Keselowski and Chase Elliott were the dominant cars around then. Chase Elliott grabbed the lead and looked like he had a pretty good long-run car. And then Keselowski and Chase Elliott had a good battle there. Actually resulted in some contact that gave Chase Elliott a big tire rub. Everyone was wondering if that was going to hold up. And then Carl Long loses his brakes and causes a caution with around 50 to go. And that pretty much negates the tire rub. Chase is looking pretty okay after that. And then, during the run after that, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano get together. That gives Logano a big tire rub. And then Logano eventually spins out. That causes a caution where Brad Keselowski decides he's going to take the outside. That didn't work because he gets pushed out of the way by Chase Elliott, who's like, I'm going for it now. I'm going to sling whatever I got to sling to win this race. And then Denny Hamlin comes in there, pretty much says, okay, Chase, if you're going to race that hard, I'm going to just frickin' run your ass right into the wall, because that makes sense. Whether it was on purpose or not, only Denny knows. He says he's sorry, but you can't take it back now. What happened, happened, and man, that pissed off a lot of people. But then that's not it, because then you got that caution, and then after that, Brad is pretty much out of this. It's Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin on the front row. They get together, make some contact. That's just more hard racing. Nothing really wrong with that. Then Truex is in the mix. He's a little too nice going for the win. So it's kind of a drag race off of 4. Kyle Busch gets ahead and wins as Denny Hamlin causes yet another wreck by just getting in everyone's way and spinning out. Most of the rest of the field is in this thing. And then, when all is said and done, no one even really cares that Kyle Busch won. He's actually not the source of controversy this time. Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott get together down the backstretch. Chase Elliott just runs him into the wall. He is not happy, and he should not be happy. So Denny gets out of the car, like, hey man, sorry about that, didn't mean to. Hey, FedEx is now at Walgreens. And Chase is like, I'm tired of your shit. I don't want to get pushed around anymore. And, he stands up for himself, and that's great to see. For once, he did do everything he was supposed to do and got screwed out of his first win. Yeah, I mean, it got crazy. This was a very Martinsville-like playoff race. I mean, Homestead's on the line. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. And Denny crossed the line, and I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm starting to ramble. What did you guys think?
Well, obviously, I completely disapproved of the maneuver that Hamlin pulled. And I especially disapprove of the fucking people that think that, Chase Elliott moved Brad Keselowski, and that was okay. Let's talk about that for a second, because it's funny you mention it. Chase was aggressive and arguably body slammed Brad. It wasn't terrible. I mean, yeah, he knocked him out of the group. And guess what? That was with 5 to go. He didn't wreck Brad. Brad still finished the race in 4th place. Chase got fucking dumped, and he finished 27th. Now he's in a hole, and I got news for you. He ain't advancing with just solid results anymore. I don't care. I mean, it's not a huge gap, but it's looking highly unlikely with just 2 races to do it. He's likely going to have to win. So the thing with him and Brad was really hard racing and contact. Call it aggressive, that's fine, but they was definitely not the exact same thing as what Denny did to Chase. I mean, for Christ's sake, he ran him over. Simple as that. It was kind of an Austin Cindric move. Maybe not as blunt and forward as Austin Cindric's was, but I mean, he still ran him in the ass and still spun him out. It wasn't a bump and run. It was a failed attempt. And now he looks like an asshole. He was booed in his own home state. Good for you, Denny. You piece of shit.
Yep, I have to agree with you. Fuck Denny Hamlin. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. My opinion of this whole thing, Chase got screwed. Simple as that. I have not been a fan of Denny Hamlin even before this incident because he always has to whine. He whines and complains just like Kyle and everybody else does. But I mean, his isn't as bad. But I mean, it makes him come across as some entitled prick. And now tonight just further justified why I frickin' hate the guy. And the frick that he freaking lied during his TV interview post-race. It's like, dude, fucking take the blame, all right? Then you won't be as hated. But no, I mean, he acted like it wasn't even his fault. I'm speechless, man. I don't know what to say.
Well,
Fuck
I mean,
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I mean, his whole thing was like he did say, yeah, I wrecked him, but it wasn't intentional. I was getting pushed into the corner. That was lie number one. Then he's like, well, everyone else was doing it. Denny, you caused 2 wrecks. Everyone else just kind of pushed everyone out of the way. They didn't like flat out wreck everyone. You're the only one that actually caused a couple wrecks there. So
Right. Who affected someone's championship hopes severely? Who destroyed race cars? Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott didn't do that. Nobody else really all day did that. I mean, come on. Ridiculous. Look at how many cars got destroyed on the front stretch, on the last lap, in the last corner of the goddamn race, because Denny Hamlin was just being a total cock salad. Exactly.
And he's like, yeah, it was just a real mess out there. I wonder why.
Yeah, no shit.
Typical Cody Coughlin response right there, Denny. Jeez.
I'm sure if Cody Coughlin caused an incident, he'd be like, oh, well, I went out there and I shit myself on the playground. Yes,
we were in the top 10 all day, and it didn't go the way we wanted. We'll just move on to next week.
Yeah, but you can tell Denny is starting to take after his teammate Kyle Busch with, the whole denying everything. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, you did, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's not even the worst part is you're not Kyle Busch. Don't try acting like him, all right?
I never had much of an issue with Denny, like Kane. Who brutally hates him, but I don't know. This is kind of really it sets me off. I like Chase Elliott. He's one of my favorites. He will become my favorite as soon as Dale Jr. retires, so it was like getting punched in the damn gut. It pissed me off. I really didn't expect Denny to race him like that. I just didn't think he would. I mean, come on. I expected it out of Kyle Busch. I would have sure as hell would have expected it out of Joey Logano. Not Denny Hamlin. Wasn't the first person to come to mind, but now he goes on the shit list, and too bad. Sorry, Denny. Not sorry.
Yeah. Race ratings. What are you going to give it, Tyler?
I'm going to give the race a 9, despite the results outcome, which also infuriates me to no end. But it was still a very wild and eventful race. Ultimately, it started off calm, just exactly how you explained it. Typical Martinsville. And ended up turning into craziness. Yeah, you can't deny it, despite my biased reaction being, wow, I'm glad I didn't spend 4 hours of travel time and my money to see that shit, because that would have just pissed me off right in the stands. I would have been joining the fans and the fucking booing and whatnot. I would have been that asshole. Maybe not the asshole on pit road that wanted to choke Denny, but I still would have been one of the assholes in the stands. But by assholes, I mean like good asshole. I would have been the good asshole. So, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. 9. Kane, what is your rating?
I have to agree. I'm definitely going to give it a 9. Obviously, if the events that transpired tonight had not happened and Chase Elliott didn't get wrecked and he ended up getting his first win, I would have probably given it a perfect 10. But still, it was, despite the finish and despite what happened with Denny and Chase, it was one of the best Martinsville races I've ever seen. And also, the lights coming on, that track just looks so beautiful under the lights. I hope to God NASCAR makes one of the races next year a Saturday night race. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
So, 9 from me. Nick?
Yeah, and I think I'm going to bump it up a tiny bit, give it a 9.5. I was thinking about a 10, but I mean, there's always room for improvement. Obviously, the results weren't what we wanted, and Denny flat out dumped the driver, so that's not good either. And in addition to that, the first half of the race, it wasn't amazing. So I'm happy with it, though. I mean, it was just entertaining. I was screaming at the TV at the end. I mean, when a race makes you do that, I mean, you got to give it a good score. So And then, like Kane said, the lights coming on, that was probably like a 3-point bump in the score alone. I mean, it just looked awesome out there. So 9.5 for me.
Well, the trucks raced in Martinsville this weekend, and you know damn well what that means. Where did Cody Coughlin finish? Oh man, big old pink Jags. He had a rough outing on the Martinsville paperclip. Yeah, which we figured that. I said that 2 weeks ago. So, no surprise there. Started 20th, finished 20th. Very Cody Coughlin-like result. So let's see what he had to say. We were too tight all day long. We fought hard and didn't give up, which is a positive. Now we'll go to Texas, which is one of my favorite racetracks, and see what we can do there. Well, that was very short and not that sweet, Cody. Sorry to hear you didn't have a good day. But I told you to get your dick kicked in, and you did. Jags!
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 Pink Jags!
Big Jags!
Nice to see a different look on the truck out there. I'll leave it at that. We'll see it again also in Texas. So I'm excited. But I don't know why he's running it again in November. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you were going to run it, why didn't you run it,
I know.
you know, just in October for breast cancer awareness? I mean, I guess we're still, I guess that makes Cody Coughlin like a humanitarian man of the year for continuing to spread breast cancer awareness, even into the month of November. And he'll probably win an award, because we certainly know he isn't getting any awards for on track. But, behind the scenes, that's what Cody does best, including meatballs.
Yeah.
But all right, we're moving on. All right, now it's time to hand out some awards for the Martinsville race weekend, and starting it off with the classic boner of the week. Nick, who gets the first boner?
The first of 2 boners goes to Brad Keselowski, because for some reason, after Logano cut his tire and brought out a caution, he chose the outside for the restart. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, yeah, the outside was working most of the day. But on a late restart in a playoff race where you know a lot of drama is going to happen, you're just setting yourself up to get run over. And that's exactly what happened. He's just lucky he didn't get spun all the way out like Chase did. Oh, Brad, that was not too smart. Next, boner.
Yeah, the next boner goes to Joey Logano, the Penske teammate. So we got a Penske sweep of boners this week. And it goes to him because he decided to stay out after his contact with Kyle Busch very late in the race. And it caused a massive tire rub. And to be honest with you, he should have come in and pit, because Brad Keselowski pretty much had that race wrapped up. He's the one that set up the very late race restart. So, yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't have. I'm sorry, Joey, you weren't in a position to win the race. Yeah, you were running in the top 5, but how'd that work out for you? You ended up finishing 24th anyways. So you cost your teammate a win and an automatic lock into Homestead, because you guys, Todd Gordon, and fucking Tad Boyd, couldn't figure out, maybe we should just go ahead and do our teammate a solid here and come on to pit road. We're probably going to blow this tire, so if we do that, he gets to win. And yeah, we sacrifice our day, but whatever. We need to do what's good for the team. But nope, he's not a team player. No, it doesn't surprise me at all. You guys are boners, and it led into Brad doing his boner thing. So you guys self-destructed. Way to go, dipshits. Next award.
The next award is McWeapon. And that does not go to Jamie McMurray. It goes to Michael McDowell. He caused the first 2 cautions of the race, and they were pretty early on. First, he spun Ty Dillon, just freaking ran him over, and then came down into Stenhouse, spun him out at the same time. Then a little bit later, he spun out the 38 of David Reagan. Little old Michael McDowell, not so nice after all with his, K-Love. Oh, man. Well, at least Casey Kane might do better in that ride next year. Next award.
Our next award is Jimmy and the Golden Horseshoe. And it goes, obviously, to Jimmy Johnson. He spun out during round 2 of qualifying and qualified 24th, but had to start at the rear of the field because of they had to change the tires and, of course, the rear gearing or whatever it was in the car, and made his way all the way up to the lead by the end of stage 1 with some pretty good pit strategy by Chad Knaus. And it got him a 4th place finish at the end of that stage. He got 7 playoff points as a result. Well, stage points, you get the difference. But unfortunately, it really didn't help much during the race because he finished 12th. But The good news is he's only 3 points below the cut line going into Texas next week, a track that we all know he's very successful at. All right, next award.
Next award is Cloudy with a chance of 39th, and that goes to Kyle Weatherman because he made his Cup debut with Rick Ware Racing in that 51 George Spoonington Chevrolet. Nice to see that little dude back. Yeah, he finished just a little better than 39th. Actually, he finished 35th, the last car running. Even frickin' Hermie Sadler lapped him 6 times. I mean, he kept it out of trouble, but he had no speed out there. So we'll see if he makes another Cup start this year, or if he'll move up to trucks or something next year. Who knows what his plans are. But this race did not work out too well for him. Next award.
Next award is Lesson Learned, and that goes to Matt McCall, the crew chief of Jamie McMurray. Now, in the spring race at Martinsville, they had a tire issue. They had some contact in the left rear, and, well, they chose to keep him out there, hoping that it would go away or they'd get a yellow or whatever. That ended up finding Jamie McMurray driver's side into the wall, and his race was over, just like that. Well, that happened again today with a tire issue, but they decided to bring him in. So, hey, good job, Matt. You learned your lesson, and you made sure you pit. And you guys, didn't have a good finish, but at least you didn't go home with a junk race car because of a stupid mistake. So, next award.
Next award is Bat Boy Bane, and obviously that goes to Trevor Bane for being a cock salad all frickin' day long. I mean, every time somebody got near him, somebody that was either in the playoffs or Dale Jr., it seems every time they got near Trevor Bane, a disaster almost happened. He made contact with them, and good God, this guy raced like a fucking idiot all day long. He has a beat-up race car, and somehow, someway, he finishes 6th.
What?
Oh, I know! Are you freaking kidding me? Good God. I mean, as Brett Griffin would say, what an idiot. I mean, I know Roush Fenway Racing is not great at Martinsville, but damn, man. They really showed it today, even though they both finished inside the top 10. They kind of backed their way into that, honestly. So
They both did?
Yes.
Yeah, they both did.
cars.
Stenhouse finished 10th.
Oh my God.
I know. It's
They
like,
both-
good God.
They both ran like a horse's ass out there and yet still got a top 10. So, I guess anything really is possible.
I guess so. Anyways, next award.
The next award is Fuck You, a Denny Hamlin story. Well, that goes to Denny Hamlin, obviously. Denny's day at Martinsville was rather mediocre, honestly. He sped on pit road, I believe after stage 1, put him back in the field. Only got 1 stage point in the first stage, just kept from getting lapped at the end of the second stage. And he did finding himself up front, but what the hell did he do? He got up front and stepped on his dick like he'd never been up front before and took out Chase Elliott. So now he's the ass clown of NASCAR, currently, until somebody else takes over that role. Hopefully there will be some sort of payback. I'd love to see it, but the problem is Chase Elliott's too nice of a guy, so I don't know what we'll see. Hopefully some way, somehow, Denny will get it, because, there's this classic saying, what goes around comes around. Denny will get it, Maybe Chase will fuck his fiance. I think that should be it. That's probably what he should do. That's what I'd do, personally. Go fuck his woman. Good-looking woman. Sorry, Denny. Shouldn't even have her anyway, you fucking weird-looking bastard. Ugh. Fuck you, Denny. Seriously. You're a piece of shit for that move. I can't even get over it. We already covered it enough in the race ratings, and I'm tired of talking about you. Fuck you, Denny. And that's the name of your documentary.
You, Denny.
So,
Thank you, King.
all right, enough of that dick. Next award.
Yeah, if you're tired of talking about Denny Hamlin, I'm sure you'll love talking about Kyle Busch here. And that, obviously, is the next award. Sneaky Snickers, son of a bitch! Man, Kyle was in a right place, right time situation to grab the win at Martinsville. After Denny Hamlin pulled his little stupid-ass Chase Elliott dump and run, Kyle Busch was lined up next to him on the restart and somehow got through all the craziness, kind of moved Denny out of the way. But I mean, that was just hard racing. Kyle comes home with the win somehow. He had a top 5 car all day, but really couldn't get up to the lead that much. He did it. I don't know. No one seems to care after the drama with the 11 and 24. So let's just pretend that never happened and move on. Cigars.
That's right, we have a couple cigars to hand out this week, and the first one goes to Noah Gragson for winning his first career truck race. He made an absolute bold move on the outside lane to get the lead from Matt Crafton very late in the race on the final restart, actually, and pulled away, clean as you like. It was a great move, man, and he absolutely deserved it. So, hell of a job on that one, Noah. You get a cigar. Next cigar.
All right, our next cigar is the Martinsville Lights. Probably one of the greatest moves that Martinsville Speedway has ever made was when they announced last year that they were installing LED lights at the track, and we got a glimpse of it about a month ago at the late model race that happened there, and yeah, obviously the command to start engines, all the lights flickered and stuff, and they had like a cool pattern or something like that, which was so badass. And then of course tonight, obviously we knew with the 3 p.m. start time that the race was going to end after the sun had gone down and the lights had come on, and oh man, they did not disappoint. I already covered this in my race rating, but still, this is the coolest thing that they've ever done, and I hope to God we see more of these in the future. All right, next award, we got one more.
Yes, we do. And it's that thing that we've done quite a lot this year. That doesn't go to Kyle Busch, doesn't go to a driver, a crew chief, a spotter, or even an owner. It goes to a fan. The grind out. It goes to this guy. Look at him.
Yeah, we're not back, so you should be driving like that. Don't be pushing anybody. All right, yeah. Don't be pushing anybody. Dirty dog. Dirty. A dirty veteran. Learn how to drive.
Santa, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be on the North Pole? Christmas is only less than 2 months away. You big crybaby. You should be making toys. Or controlling the elves. Or fucking Mrs. Santa's sister. Whatever you do. Come on. Santa. I know you love racing. And I'm glad you're passionate. But come on. You're trying to fight Daddy. On Pier Road. With all his crew guys. And security around. And cameras. They caught it on camera, and now you look like an ass, Santa. I know you wanted Chase to win. We all wanted Chase to win, but it didn't happen, damn it. You know, but you still get a grind down. God damn it, you fat son of a bitch. Look at you there with your belly. Your belly.
Get in my belly. Come on.
You got a big belly. You're probably a couple of 6-packs of Natty Light in, man. I guess your uncle's brother's cousin's gonna have a problem with getting you hot passes for next year. That probably isn't gonna happen with that stunt you pulled there. Oh, Santa.
The problem is that fans like that are the ones that ruin fan access for everyone. Keep it in the garage area. Don't run on the frickin' pit road.
Go home and punch your sister. Do whatever you gotta do, but just don't do it on pit road. I can't even hold it in. I can't. This is too funny. This is absolutely hilarious. Oh my god, this guy is getting all pissed off and wants to go fight Denny. I mean, I get it. I was pissed off too, and you know, quite frankly, I mean, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna make yourself look like an ass, it's a shame you didn't get a punch in. Like, come on. You know,
yeah, while you're there.
Yeah, while you're there. If you're gonna look like a dick, why don't you just go ahead and do the thing? Hell, people might appreciate you more. Just saying.
The funniest part was his little friend who's like, "Good race, Denny. I'm sorry that didn't work out."
Thank you for this finish, sir. Asshole. That fucking guy pissed me off the most, honestly. I'll go ahead and I'll save the day and make you feel good, Denny. No.
Yeah.
Go the fuck
Did you see
home.
Denny's eyes when he was shaking his hand? He's like, "Get the hell away from me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
It's like
Denny,
the dude means
Denny.
well, and Denny's like, "Fuck you, you son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Denny.
Uh,
Shaking a
Oh,
random's
man.
hand. He probably had to get some fucking Purell afterwards. Like, oh my god, give me the hand sanitizer, please. I feel really
Wait,
dirty.
these are probably your friends and neighbors. I mean, you're from Virginia, right, Denny?
Not anymore. They made it damn sure. Oh, Santa. You big old whiny baby.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Denny, you raced like a bitch out there. Oh, hey, Bill. Did you get my mail this week?
Oh my God. When he gets back to the North Pole, the elves are gonna be clapping, and Mrs. Santa is gonna be like, God damn it. God damn it, Noel. I told you not to go out there and make a big pissing match. Moving on.
Oh, yes. Okay, it's time for the fantasy recap from Martinsville. I come home with the win. I picked Kyle Busch. He obviously won. He got me 58 points. DeMonte comes home second with 48 points. He picked Martin Truex Jr. He finished second as well. Kane comes home with only 33 points. He picked Jimmy Johnson, who finished 12th. That was not a very Jimmy Johnson-like day, so that did not quite work out. And Tyler comes home just 2 points behind Kane with 31 points. He picked Denny Hamlin, who almost worked out, and then he destroyed the field. So, pretty much out of it. Kane is fourth, 111 points behind DeMonte. Tyler is 100 points back, and I am 28 points back. So I'm kind of back in the hunt here. But now we're on to Texas, and Tyler gets the first pick. Who are you going with?
Yeah, let me just first off start by saying, Danny Hamlin, fuck you. I certainly won't be picking you again this year. So thanks for nothing. But I will pick Martin Truex Jr. for Texas.
I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no real explanation needed. I mean, I'm pretty much out of it. So I'll just go ahead and pick what I consider the best pick off of the board, make it more interesting. So, knowing my luck, he'll probably nosedive it into the wall, but he obviously is going to still make Homestead anyways. So, good luck, Truex. Wreck, win, I don't give a shit. Kane, who you taking for Texas?
I'm taking Kyle Busch.
No! God, please, no!
I'm pretty much in the exact same boat that you're in. I need points, so I'm just going to go for broke. I mean, I know he's already locked in his ticket to Homestead, but you know what? I really can't pick Jimmy because I picked him this week, so he's the next best option.
Hey, DeMonte, who you fucking picking?
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
All right, Nick, who is your pick for Texas?
All right, it might be a little on the surprising side, but I think it's a good choice. I'm going with Chase Elliott.
24.
He's been kind of feisty lately, standing up for himself, having a great playoffs, really, even though he hasn't had a win. He does have an Xfinity win at Texas. I know it's a different layout, but it seems like a track that suits his style. How cool would it be if he's now in a must-win situation? If he gets his first career win in a must-win situation and gets him to Homestead, I can see that happening. All right?
All right, well, that wraps up fantasy.
Well, this has been another episode of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. We hope you enjoyed it. The results were not quite what we wanted, but we'll move on, just like the drivers do. For DeMonte HD, who is still dead. For Kane Jr. 88, who is sad that Chase Elliott got taken out. For Middleburg 1 / Junior Nation 5788, who is also sad that Chase Elliott got taken out. And for myself, Thermite 917, who is also sad that Chase Elliott got taken out. Again, this has been Behind the Wall. You've been behind the wall, and thank you for listening.
Very good. Proud of you.
Yeah. So, you know, just good for him for, you know, slinging. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna eat my almond joy.
Have some joy with your almond.
Oh, you motherfucker. This piece only had one almond in it. It's supposed to have two.
Oh my god.
God
Send it
damn
back.
it.
Yeah, it's defective. Send it back.
Yeah. I'll go up to Mr. Joy and punch him right in the almond. Here, Mike, eat shit.
Good
Welcome
one.
back to the Daytona. Oh my nuts! My almonds. So that is why
Yeah, it's gonna.
I say
gonna
Cody
be his-
Kaufman for.
It's gonna.
What?
Never mind.
Say it now, goddammit! Santa, what are you doing?
Santa Claus's drunk twin brother.
Thank you for interrupting me, Kane.
It's true though.
It is true. All right, Nick, who is your pick for Homestead? Yeah, for Homestead. All right, Nick, who is your pick for Texas?
Well, it might be kind of interesting, but not really. Hold on.
Could have happened tonight, but no.
Kane, why you got piss all over everything? Oh wait, that was Denny.
Yeah. Blame him.
I'm gonna blame you too, damn it. We already covered this many times.
Yeah.
All right, well that covers another episode of Behind the Wall. We appreciate you listening. So, yeah, thanks if you did, but you probably didn't. I don't need to say the same damn thing every week, seriously. But if you like the show, please feedback, please. But I don't know. I'll just be sad. Nah, I don't really care. Fuck this,
Tyler,
I'm
why you got
restarting it.
piss all over everything?
I pissed all over that. I know. I don't know. Like I just going in blind sometimes. It's you know, it's tough. Like when you're putting yourself on the spot. I don't really know what I want to say, and then I just go in there and I just wag my willy.
I was
You get the mojo, you keep your money, and I'll get your baby. Right. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
Excuse me.
Chili, baby back ribs.